With a limited number of doses, San Diego seniors must wait to get the COVID-19 vaccine. But one nearby county has started giving them to people 65 and older, the San Diegans who may be eligible to get it.
Plus, 6 people had allergic reactions to the shot at the supersite downtown yesterday. Why some people may be more prone to a reaction.
California workers have new projections to keep them safe from COVID while on the job. The new responsibilities employers have for transparency and employee health.
ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
But first, an armed robbery suspect is in custody after an hours-long SWAT standoff inside a business in the Midway district.
This happened in the Subway store on Sports Arena Boulevard near Rosecrans. Eastbound Sports Arena Boulevard in that area, it remains closed right now. He was arrested in the last hour, and our Anthony Pura joins us live to walk us through what happened this evening. Anthony.
Steve, Kimberly, the scene is winding down now. We are seeing officers begin to wrap up and leave the scene after that hostage situation and standoff with police. I do want to show you some video now. This is that moment when the suspect surrendered. This happened just a little after 5 p.m. You can see him there. He came out with his hands up out of that subway where he had barricaded himself for several hours. He walked backwards towards police and officers took him away. He came into that subway a little before 3 p.m. according to police. He was armed with a knife and said that he was there to rob it. This was off Sports Arena Boulevard and Rosecrans. The suspect took 2 employees hostage when police arrived. Now, police said those hostages were held hostage for about 30 minutes until they managed to escape. Now, it's unclear how they escaped, but police are using that term escaped. Now, we knew that the suspect was in contact with police, and according to officers, he wanted to commit suicide by police. Now, it's unclear what caused him to eventually surrender, but police were able to de-escalate the situation and resolve it peacefully. Now, a live look here at the subway. You can see that there are some people outside there. It's unclear what is happening outside of that subway, but we are seeing police begin to leave the area here. But it seems to be a peaceful end to a rather chaotic evening. We're reporting live tonight. Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
It's thousands of slots now gone, and that was just in 4 hours.
While San Diego County's 65 and older residents have to wait their turn for the COVID-19 vaccine, seniors just to our north in Riverside County, they started receiving it today. Our ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chin looks at why that county is expanding its vaccine eligibility and who might qualify to drive north and get it.
Sources tell us in the long lines at the vaccination superstation near Petco Park are seniors who don't work in healthcare. They made appointments and are being turned away. Despite the state opening up COVID vaccines for those 65 and older, the county on Wednesday said they weren't ready to move into that phase. Among the reasons, supply. Those concerns don't appear to be as prevalent to our north.
Clearly, there is a desire for vaccinations.
Jose Arballo, spokesperson for the Riverside County Department of Public Health, says after they began taking appointments for seniors on Wednesday, their vaccine slots for the rest of the week filled up.
It's thousands of slots now gone, and that was just in 4 hours.
So why is Riverside County able to open up vaccine eligibility? Could supply be the answer? So far, Riverside County has administered less than a third of the nearly 115,000 doses received. 2 weeks ago, Riverside County reporting half of all medical workers had declined the vaccine. Although Arballo says many have since changed their minds. In San Diego County, the decline rate is believed to be much lower. UCSD Health says only 3% of its workers have declined the vaccine. With the local vaccine supply so tight, will San Diegans now head north?
I know people are very anxious, want to get the vaccine as soon as possible. We ask for patience.
Arballo says to qualify for a vaccine, you must either live or work in Riverside County.
Say you live in Escondido and you work at a location in Riverside County, you would be qualified.
To receive the vaccine, you must make an online appointment, bring ID, and show proof of residency or workplace location. Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
Our bio says that San Diego County residents who volunteer at nonprofits in Riverside, they also qualify. Appointments for next week are expected to be available on the Riverside University Health website in the next few days.
6 San Diego healthcare workers had allergic reactions to vaccines they received at the superstation downtown. It happened yesterday and it shut down distribution for a short time. ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz explores why some people are more likely to have negative reactions to the shot.
Vaccine distribution at the county's Petco Park Superstation was running smoothly for 3 days until this happened.
They had detected 6 cases of apparent allergic reactions in individuals who had received the vaccine.
The reactions forcing the site to temporarily close. The county says it was an unusually high number of reactions in a short period of time, so they stopped using doses from that batch of vaccines. They would not comment on how severe the reactions were. The CDC says common side effects from the vaccine are expected and include symptoms like pain or swelling at the injection site, fever, chills, fatigue, and headache. Severe reactions like anaphylaxis were only found in 21 out of 1.9 million first doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Dr. Peter Chin Hong works in infectious disease at UC San Francisco. He says the reactions at our superstation should not deter others from getting the vaccine.
I think it's just really bad luck. Most importantly, not a sign for the community to really worry, but it's still really small in the big scheme of things.
He says if you haven't had reactions to vaccines in the past, you likely won't have any now.
The risk, which is so small, of a severe allergic reaction, particularly somebody who's never had a history, really is minute compared to the risk of just having COVID.
When he got his vaccine, he says he barely felt it.
And I had to ask the nurse, are you sure you gave me the vaccine? Because I didn't feel a thing.
The CDC says any mild side effects should go away in a few days. Jennifer De La Cruz, ABC 10 News.
People who get vaccinated at the superstation will be monitored for at least 15 minutes to make sure there are no adverse reactions.
In a sign that we may finally be flattening this recent curve, our 14-day rolling average appears to be wavering. For the second time in a week, it has dropped, now just above 13.5%. Only 6% of the latest tests reported to the county came back positive. That's about 2,600 people. We are still seeing a high number of deaths, though. Remember, they always lag. 53 more reported today. Our death toll has now climbed past 2,000. A downtown San Diego restaurant is leading the charge to get thousands of dollars in government fees refunded region-wide. Cowboy Star is the lead plaintiff on a class action lawsuit filed this week against the county health department and the state alcohol beverage control. It seeks a prorated refund of licensing fees, which restaurants paid for the right to operate during the time that they were forced to significantly reduce services. The owner says the agencies ignored his requests for refunds, which he estimates at about $3,000.
Back in 2019, that wouldn't sound like a whole lot of money to me. I say that now, and it's the difference between maybe opening your doors and maybe not opening your doors.
The county has deferred restaurant fees through March, and the state may waive ABC fees this year as well. Both the state and the county told ABC 10 they do not comment on pending litigation. You can also track the latest coronavirus developments using the free ABC 10 News app. You can find it in the App Store.
Crews are still working to contain a brush fire in San Marcos, but they have stopped it from spreading. The fire broke out on a hillside near West Mission Road and Comet Circle. Several homes were threatened as the fire quickly spread just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. There was a temporary evacuation point that was to be set up at Cal State San Marcos, but that has since been canceled. And it is a warm and dry day. Meteorologist Angelica Campos is joining us now, breaking down these temperatures. Some records today, Angelica.
That's right, Kim. San Diego is shy by a degree of the record of 82. We made it to 81. We had a couple of 90s, including Santee and Rancho San Diego, but the records we tied in Chula Vista, 83 degrees, in Vista, 89 degrees, breaking the record of 88. El Cajon also 89 degrees. Poway matching that number as well. In La Mesa, 86, breaking the record of 84 from 1975. The winds now are still out of the east in Julian and Alpine, ranging from 20 to 25 miles per hour. The winds could potentially get stronger overnight, but it's that wind direction that really dries out the atmosphere and leads to dangerous conditions. Relative humidity is now down between 15 to 20%. It's looking a little bit better at this time of the day, not because conditions are better, but it's actually because of the relationship between the air temperature and moisture. Still very dry. Dangerous conditions will persist. Santa Ana winds are expected into next week, but now we're starting to see maybe a slight chance for a passing shower. We'll break it all down in our 7-day forecast.
Governor Gavin Newsom is calling in the National Guard to the state capitol ahead of next week's inauguration. He signed an order deploying 1,000 personnel today. The FBI has warned that armed protests are being planned at all 50 state capitals next week. This comes 1 week after those pro-Trump supporters violently stormed the U.S. Capitol, leading to several deaths. Local workforce experts from San Diego's top industries say that they are hoping for some economic rebound this year. Our partners at KPBS report many met today during the 37th annual Economic Roundtable. The hardest hit sector of our economy has been tourism, still struggling to make a comeback compared to other industries in the region.
We lost about 50% of our revenue as a tourism community, and we've lost 37% of jobs within our sector, which here in San Diego is about 77,000 jobs that have been lost. So it's by far the industry that's been impacted the most through the pandemic.
The city's tourism authority estimates it will take about 5 years for the industry to finally recover. It is currently working with the county's reopening team to submit a proposal on safe operating guidelines in the fall.